Hey everyone, it's Christian here with Advisorist. I hope you're all having an awesome week. I've been in sales for just over 6 years now, and I know for a fact that your fortune is in the follow-up. Today, I'm going to give you some facts and figures around following up, tell you a little bit of a story about how it took me a year of following up with a certain chief risk officer in London to close a deal. And also, I'm going to give you my formula that I actually used to not sound like a sleazy salesperson. As I don't know about you, but one of my biggest fears of when I'm following up is that I'm going to come across as sleazy and I'm going to come across as annoying and pestering. And I don't want to be the sleazy salesperson. I don't think anybody wants to be the sleazy salesperson. And my formula will help with that. But first, I wanted to ask, and I know you can't answer, but have a think about this. How many times do you follow up with a prospect before you close the file? Now, I hope that's more than one, as you should be following up with your prospects, but 44% of people stop following up with their prospects after just one attempt. And only 8% of people actually follow up more than 5 times. It's to be in the top percent of your game, you just need to follow up more than 5 times. And you can use my formula to help with that. But moreover, only 2% of sales are made during the first point of contact. You've probably had it. It's so rare when you call somebody up or you send an email, you have a meeting, and they go, yes, I'm ready to buy right now. They normally need a bit of nurturing. So if you don't follow up, you're potentially missing out on 98% of sales, of your sales. Now, the point of following up is to build real relationships with your prospects. You care, you know you can help them, but they don't know that yet. And when I was trying to, I was trying to book a meeting with a certain chief risk officer in London. I'm not going to say his name, but as you can imagine, he was a very difficult gentleman to get a hold of. And it took me 1 year of following up every single month, sometimes a few times a month. I invited him to events. I did absolutely everything. And eventually, this formula helped him respond to me and go, yes, let's meet. That's relevant. So here's the formula that I used. So I focused, let's make myself a little bit smaller so you can see this better. So first things first, I would focus on him and his industry, and everything I would do would be niche down and relevant, but you probably already know that, you hopefully already know that. The bulk of this is that I would talk about his pain points, or more actually talking about and telling stories about meetings I would have with other chief risk officers in a very similar position to him, and I would talk about their pain points. I would talk about what issues they're having and how we're solving them, and I'd really focus on that pain. I would send him an email, and I would say, hey, I just had a meeting with John over at XYZ Bank. He was having this problem, and this is really difficult. And I'd really dive into that pain point and said, this is the main thing that he's focusing on right now. Is this a priority for you? And give a clear call to action. So what I mean by that is ask for something that's really quick to complete, like a 15-minute call. That you don't want to ask somebody for an hour-long meeting. Just keep it short and simple. 15 minutes for you to qualify them in or qualify them out. And if the pain points that you have resonate with your prospects, then this will be perfect, and you'll be able to get that 15-minute call. So as some next steps for you to go away and do right now is think about a meeting you've had this month or last month with a prospect, and write down 2 or 3 of the pain points that they have and that you can help solve. And now send an email to every single person you've met with and say, hey, I met with so and so, and they were having these pain points. They were having these problems. Does that sound like you? And then ask for that 15-minute call, include your Calendly link, and get that meeting. I hope this has been useful today. I'm Christian, and I hope you have an awesome day. Bye-bye.